All right, so guys, this is the second video that I'm making on this topic of my ex stealing my son away from me. YouTube just deleted the video. Not only did they delete the video, but they deleted it from my hard drive. That should give you some pause right there. That's worth thinking about. That the leftist state has that much say over what we do and say. Okay, so to rewind then. So my ex took my son away from me in 2013 for no good reason other than jealousy. Her name is Melynda Christoff, Melynda, Christoff, and she lives in Lafayette, Colorado, with my son, who turns 17 on September 29th, and she lives with some asshole named Brian. And it cracks me up that she actually contacted YouTube the moment I did this and got the video deleted from YouTube and from my hard drive. This time I'm backing it up onto an external hard drive. I'm not that easy to defeat, bitch. Okay, so this woman was totally jealous of me. We divorced in 2008 after a 15-year marriage that was mostly good. But when the kid came along during the last 3 years of that marriage, it caused all kinds of jealousy issues, especially with her, because the kid liked me more. The kid loved a dad. Her thing was all about disciplinarian, and my thing was all about give the kid what he wants. Let's have fun. He's a kid. Give him what he wants. If he wants video games, give him video games. And so he would go back to her with glowing reviews about Dad, and we would fly him out to Phoenix and take him to the Grand Canyon, the Vermilion Cliffs, whatever it was, and he would just have a blast. And he would go back to Colorado, which is where she and her miserable family was from. And I should say something about her father. Her father, Steve Christoff, died 2 years ago, and I interviewed him with a medium on the other side. He was a total castrated male. Most of the women in his family castrated him. It was like he had one son and 6 or 7 or 8 females, whatever they were. They castrated him, so he just went along with whatever. And so when we went into the courtroom, this was 2013, when she tried to take him away from me, I didn't know that I needed a lawyer. She came equipped with a lawyer, so I lost the battle a priori, right from the start. And the mother and the father were there, and I asked him on the other side about a year ago when I talked to him, how do you feel, Steve, about supporting taking your daughter's son away from me? And he was like, I feel terrible about it. I feel terrible. But it's like it's a little too late for that. The funny thing about the dad is that when they're on this side, it's all antagonism and conflict. But when they get to the other side, they're all, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to do that. But it's too late for that. It's too little, too late. And he was a castrated male anyway. He had no balls. He had no cock. There was nothing to him. So, yeah. So I talked to him, and it was just a non-entity. And then so my ex then, whose name is Melynda Christoff, by the way, who lives in Lafayette, Colorado, where she has my son. And my son turns 17 on September 29th, and I haven't seen him since he was 10 years old. So she thinks she's gotten away with this. She thinks she has all the power and I have none. She doesn't quite seem to realize who she's dealing with here. I have quite a bit of power, and she has nothing even close. So I just want to bring this to your attention so that you guys know what's going on. I wrote about this in my autobiography, which I have taken down because there's another whore in there whose name we will not mention, who was going to bars every night and fucking guys in the public restrooms and in the back seats of cars and on the beaches. And but we're not going to mention that person. But that was another person. So when people wonder why I'm sexist, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out, actually. It should not be too hard to figure out. When you get stabbed in the back by enough women who think they have enough power to do this to you, then it's like, okay, things have gone too far to the left. The left thinks it owns everything. The left thinks it owns YouTube, Twitter. It deleted my earlier version of this video, so we'll see if this video actually makes it up. This time I had the sense to back it up on an external hard drive, but we'll see. So that's the situation. That's the way I see it. And we'll see if my son shows up again in my life, but his mother should be ashamed of herself. If I were her, I would be filthily ashamed to the level of the scarlet letter in Nathaniel Hawthorne's novel with the A. I would be that ashamed. And I think she should be, because I was a really good dad. I was a really good father. And she was just jealous. All right, so we'll leave it at that at this point, and we'll see what happens here with YouTube and whether they'll let this video go up, which I suspect they won't. So we'll see what happens.